Have you ever wondered if a single tiny decision could truly change the course of your entire life? We often hear about the butterfly effect, the idea that one small action can trigger a massive chain reaction. But what if this effect didn't just impact a few years or decades, but rippled across the entire vast river of cosmic life? What would that look like? Today, we're going to talk about an ancient story to see how, within the offering of a single flower, there lies a staggering power capable of transforming destiny. Yes, you heard that right. The question is that simple. Can a single flower really change a person? And can it change a destiny that spans across great kalpas of cosmic time? It might sound like a myth or a fairy tale, but the story we're about to tell will show us that behind it lies a profound law that is real and unfailing, an unexpected encounter. Our story takes us back over 20 years to a place called Shravasti, during the time when the Buddha was still in the world. Everything began with a completely unexpected encounter, one that became the turning point for a total transformation of destiny. One morning, a Brahmin nobleman was driving his chariot, leisurely heading out to take care of some business. Just like us heading to work or school every day, he probably thought it was just another ordinary morning. He had no idea that what was about to happen would overturn his perception and change his eternal life. While on the road, he saw a big shu in the distance, the Buddha himself, walking along the path to collect alms. According to the Indian customs of that time, the Brahmins believed that encountering a monk begging for food first thing in the morning was a very unlucky omen. His heart sank. He thought, "Oh no, this is bad luck. I have to take a detour and avoid him." Without a second thought, he turned his horse around and tried to bypass the Buddha. He fled in a panic, trying to escape this bad luck. He rushed toward the east gate. No good. He turned toward the west gate, the south gate, then the north gate. He used every means possible to shake off what he perceived as a misfortune. But something incredible happened. No matter which city gate he ran to, he found the Buddha already standing there, solemn and serene. It was as if a gentle but invisible power had surrounded him. The moment his heart sank. At that moment, he finally realized the person he had encountered today was absolutely no ordinary man. Can you imagine? When he understood that he was standing before a holy one of infinite power, his fear and rejection vanished instantly. In their place came a sense of awe and joy he had never felt before. This shift in thought, this turning of the mind, became the key to changing everything. The infinite return of a flower. So, what kind of incredible reward did this massive shift in mindset, combined with one super simple act, bring him? This brings us to our second part, the infinite return of a single flower. At that moment, the Brahmin was filled with immense joy and reverence. He saw that he happened to be holding some fresh flowers in his hand, and with the utmost respect, he offered them to the Buddha. This was an act born from the deepest, most sincere part of his heart. The Buddha accepted the offering, gave him a smile, and radiated a light that illuminated the world. Then, the Buddha made a startling prophecy for the Brahmin, what we call a prediction of enlightenment in Buddhism. To understand how grand this prophecy was, we only need to remember one key number, 13. First, because of the single act of offering flowers, this Brahmin would not fall into any of the painful, unhappy realms for the next 13 great kalpas. The great kalpa is a complete cycle of the universe, from formation to destruction. We are talking about a span of time so long it is essentially an astronomical figure. Second, during those long 13 great kalpas, he will be reborn continuously in the human and heavenly realms, enjoying a life of peace and blessing. And the most incredible point is the third. After enjoying all those blessings, he will eventually attain the fruit of a Pratyeka Buddha. His title will be Fresh Flower, in memory of the original wholesome cause he planted. The law of cause and effect. Hearing this, you might think, wow, isn't that a bit much? How can one tiny gesture be exchanged for such a massive and long-lasting result? There is a principle behind this. It is the most fundamental law of the universe, the law of cause and effect. Simply put, every action we take, even every thought, is like planting a seed in the field of our mind. A sincere and virtuous seed will inevitably produce a rich and sweet fruit in the future. Think about it. The Brahmin's initial fear and rejection was a bad seed. But when he turned that thought into joy and reverence, he essentially pulled up the bad cause with his own hands and planted a completely different, incomparably sublime good cause. The power of sincerity. Now that we understand the law of cause and effect, a very practical question arises. How do we apply this in our daily lives? Specifically, what is the secret to the power behind an offering? Many people have this doubt. Does the form of the offering matter? For example, is there a difference if I use real, fresh flowers versus plastic flowers that look beautiful and last longer? This is a very practical question. The answer does not lie in the appearance, but in the nature of the cause we are planting. Think about it. Fresh flowers have life. They grow, bloom, and eventually wither. This represents a cycle that is real and natural. Therefore, offering fresh flowers is planting a real cause. What about plastic flowers? While they are beautiful, they are imitations. They have no life. Therefore, they represent a false cause. There is a master who explained this very clearly. He said, if the cause you plant is false at the beginning, then the fruit you receive in the future will likely have a false component to it. Isn't that clear? It reveals the importance of reality and sincerity. What we sow is exactly what we will reap. Creating your future, in the end, we have to bring this back to our own lives. What should we do to plant good seeds for ourselves and create a beautiful future? Here are some practical suggestions. First, we can make offerings at a temple or at a small altar in our own homes. The frequency isn't the most important thing, even if it's only once a year. As long as your heart is 100% sincere, that tower is immense. If you feel that buying flowers is too expensive, you can even grow flowers yourself to offer. That makes the intention even more precious. Remember, it's never about how much money you spend, but about your pure heart of joy and sincerity. Even if there isn't a temple nearby, it doesn't matter. As long as you keep this intention of offering in your heart and practice it when the opportunity arises in the future, the merit is still boundless. So, as we conclude today's sharing, I want to leave you with a question to reflect on. What kind of good seeds are you planting for your future today? Don't forget, every tiny good thought and every small act of kindness in our lives might be just like that single flower in the story containing a massive power to change our entire destiny in ways far beyond our imagination.